Hi everyone, this is a figure card reading for messages that you need to hear right now, what you just need to know essentially at this very moment in time. It's a timeless reading, which means that you can, whenever you've clicked on this video, that's when it's for you, I guess. So we're going to start, and we've got here three wonderful groups. We've got group 1, group 2 and group 3. These are oracle cards. I'm also going to shuffle out some tarot cards as well, and we're also going to look into charms as well, which I'm really excited about. So I'll just have to grab my charm tray in a second, but yeah, this is what we have. I'm really excited for this reading. There's something really beautiful I feel right now, and you know, if we even got the message here, have more faith than fear. I think that that's a universal message for pretty much everyone, even if you choose not to view the rest of the video. You know, if you're like, no, I don't want to listen to Moonlight's video, it's a big message. So also just want to mention, if you would like to win a free reading with me, check out the description box below, since I do a giveaway every single month. If you would like to purchase a private paid reading, information is also down below as well. They're done within 24 to 48 hours. And the last thing I want to mention is my intention bracelet. They are on Etsy, and everything is also down below as well in regards to them. So they're handmade bracelets are meditated with and saged, and they're to remove obstacles and challenges from different areas of your life, and they are very, very special indeed. So if you are interested in those, there's also, you know, face masks, crystals, necklaces, anklets, pom-poms, tassels, and so many other items as well, and things you can also put under your pillow as well. Check that out. Check out the description box below as well for the link to my Etsy store, international shipping, and the review section is also on my Etsy store, so you can see how other people have seen results with these items. So we're going to start first of all with group number 1, which is right there. Alright, so I'm just going to move the rest of the groups to the side with the die and the dice, should I say, because there's more than one. Alright. Alright, so group number 1, let's have a look and see what is coming through for your reading. Things that you need to hear right now. Alright, and really important messages, I feel, as well. So oracle cards, we got tarot as well, charms will come through. Let's see. Okay, so I'm just going to put dice right there, or the die, should I say, because it's one. Have more faith than fear. That's a big message for you. Group 1, it's a universal message for all of the groups, and it's very, very true. So let's see what your oracle cards are bringing us. They actually sound really funny when we're shuffling because of the texture that it's got on it. Anywho, gosh, it's so weird, the texture of it. Okay, it's better this way. Alright, whoa. No way. I was just looking at the heron and I was like, wow, it's so, so beautiful. And I was going to say, maybe this is a message within itself because it's a heron. Turned it over and it's literally the blue heron card. I mean, the chances of that happening, considering there's only one blue heron in the entire deck, but it's on the back of the cards and I was just like, oh, blue heron. Look, you might be seeing feathers, you may be seeing birds quite a lot, you might be seeing angel wings, things like that, right? Like even on the side here, I've got some feathers just lying around. I was just looking at them like, okay, how interesting. You just got, you know, these are obviously for like decoration purposes, but you might be seeing those particular things. Now, I personally have a parrot, so I see birds every single day. Like, you know, obviously I see one in the house every single day, but even when I go outside, I see pigeons and lots of birds. I mean, I'm not really a bird expert in all honesty, but I'm maybe seeing a lot of birds here, and that signifies protection, and it also signifies that you are not alone. So I want you to know that, very much so, and I want you to know that's a really big message, especially for those of you that are alone, or you live alone, or you feel alone. Okay, you might be surrounded by a lot of people, but you may feel very alone. You are protected, and if you see a lot of birds, say for example you're on YouTube and you see a commercial and there's a bird on it, it's a sign that you are protected. And if you open up a magazine and you see this humongous bird, or you're watching a children's cartoon and, for example, Big Bird turns up, you know what I mean? birds in general. So you've got here, make a stand for what you believe in and do what feels right in spite of any judgment or disapproval from others. It's really important that you trust your gut and your intuition in certain moments and certain situations, that you don't defer away from that, because what I am seeing and what is quite significant and very, very important here is just a really strong message of stand up for what you want, okay? People will always have their own opinions, but you've got to do what feels right for you. That's what Spirit is also saying as well. You've also got the polar bear. Stand up for yourself and speak truth respectfully and compassionately with no attachment to the outcome. I think this is very significant as well. Remember, the most important thing here is with no attachment to the outcome. Sometimes people want to say things because they want a specific outcome, right? And they get so emotionally attached to that outcome that the whole focus is on the outcome, not actually what they're saying or what they're standing up for. Because a lot of the times, and I'm going to give you this example, a lot of the times, people say, oh, I want to get back with this particular person, but then they don't really stand up for themselves. They just feed that other person because they just want to get back with that person. They get so attached to the outcome that they lose sense of their own self and their self-worth and their self-value because they pin it on someone else. So what it's really showing here is stand up for yourself, okay? Yourself, you. You're a human being. You're a person. You're very, very important. Stand for you. It's just so, so important. I don't know what else to say about this card except for you really... On this planet, nobody's going to stand up for you unless you stand up for yourself. I mean, yes, there are going to be like friends and people there that will try and help you, but if you don't feel it within yourself, you may not feel what other people are trying to do for you as well, or with you. So you've got two cards here which really show to believe in yourself, to take care of yourself, to look after yourself, and more will come back to you as well. Polar bears look very cuddly, but they can be a little bit ferocious. It's that kind of energy. Be your soft, sweet self, but stand up for yourself so that you have that boundary. It's a little bit like koala bears, super cute. They have their boundaries too. They will bite the heck out of you if you're, if you cross their boundaries. Same goes with my little parrot, He's got a beak that can cut through, the strongest thing ever. Wood, for example, you could just get through it. And the thing is, he's super cuddly, but you gotta protect those boundaries. Really important, right? Because if you let someone continuously walk all over you, for example, then that's you done, right? You got to protect yourself. So very, very important. You've also got the tiger here as well. I love these animals that we've got for you. You're being called upon to provide leadership, so trust that you're capable of doing so. This is about standing up for yourself, being in power, not losing it to somebody else. This is about being yourself and just having a lot of faith rather than fear. Sometimes fear can make us feel like, oh, I'm not good enough, I'm not this, I'm not that. The universe brings you more of that because that's what you start to then manifest. So here, it shows here that you are very capable of being that animal or that person, because we've got animals here, but being the person that is just very fearless and someone who just knows what they're going to do. I also believe as well, for those of you struggling in relationships and having very difficult times in terms of relationships, it's very, very significant that you choose the path of least resistance. Do things that feel natural to you. If you're talking to someone or you're trying to get back with someone and it just feels like so draining, so sad, there's so much anxiety, it's not a normal state to be in. So make sure that you're taking care of yourself, you're looking after yourself, and that you're letting things flow. Look, if you are wanting to talk to them and they literally couldn't care less talking to you, and you're thinking, wait, what? How? Why? It's a sign in itself, right? To move forward, to not invest too much of your time in people like that because they just don't care. And same goes with career, same goes with friendships. If you're always the one chasing, if you're always the one initiating things, you will at some point get really, really fed up, beat down, and you'll be in that same cycle, or the same cycle of no contact, then contact, no contact, then contact. So always note that the universe is trying to give you what is for your highest good, and sometimes you may not feel like it's for your highest good, but it's coming, okay? Because some of you here are really dealing with a lack of self-confidence, self-esteem issues, it's time really to stand up for yourself. And sometimes what happens is that, you don't want to stand up to others. You're like, no, I'll just be nice to them. Sometimes you have to tell them what is on your mind as well. And not in an angry way, but in a way where you're telling them, you know what, you can't walk all over me. I'm not going to give you the permission to walk all over me. Cannot happen. Okay, so let's go with tarot as well. These are things you really need to hear right now as well. Very important messages. So you've got the Three of Swords. See, there's definitely something that's happened. Maybe some of you have gone through heartbreak in terms of relationships, heartbreak in terms of career, heartbreaks in terms of people maybe telling you things that you're just like, wait a second, that's not nice. That's not nice. But you feel like you may have an obligation to just be nice back to them because that's just the kind of person you are. Well, stand up for yourself and also heal. Healing is very, very necessary. And like I mentioned, you are being shown a lot of signs, synchronicities in regards to you being protected. Remember the feathers, remember the birds. We see that very much so. You're a warm-hearted person. Mammals is what we have here. So take care of you. Yeah, see, Queen of Wands. This is about power. It is also about your hobbies, your goals, your dreams, what makes you really, really special. Not giving your power to somebody else because, let's be honest, they don't deserve your power. They never will deserve your power. And that's just pretty much that. They don't deserve your goodness if they are treating you a bad way. Ten of Wands. This is about letting go of those burdens. Seven of Pentacles, a lot of reflection. This reflection can very quickly turn into anxiety, which becomes very, very heavy, very troubling, very overwhelming. So what I would say to you is if you're feeling that really crippling sort of anxiety kind of energy, sometimes it's a sign from the universe, like, let it go. It's too heavy to carry now. Let it go. And you might be thinking, no, but I'm just going to wait a little bit longer. That wait is also building up so much more stress and anxiety. Look, if you are in a relationship where things are really tough and challenging, I'm a huge believer in moving forward and trying to take the path of least resistance. That's all I'm going to say, because I feel like some of you are really in situations here that make you feel like you can't get out, but your only limitation is your mind, and you may be holding on to more fear than faith. When you hold on to fear, you're giving your power away completely to fear, and fear just brings more fear. It brings more stress. It brings more anxiety. It brings more sadness, and I don't think you deserve that. And remember, at the end of the day, you have got yourself, and I think that that's a really important thing. It'd be crazy if you didn't have yourself, but it's one of those things. Like, I see some beautiful things coming your way, but you also have to not live in this constant state of fear, because fear is what is going to just bring you more fear, right? Okay, so I just need to grab the charm tray as well, which, I kind of left on the side. We have got the letters as well, which is quite nice. Let me just move some of these things to the side. Okay. Oh, also, I'm going to use this. So this is your tarot card of the day. So whenever you're watching this, okay, I thought we would sort of use this as well. It's really pretty, isn't it? This is from foxmoontreasures.com. So I'd let you know in case anyone's wondering. It's really lovely because you can kind of do this and set it aside and have a new card. So actually, let's see what your tarot card is. Okay, it's the Five of Cups. So some of you may be dealing with a lot of sadness, frustration, just feeling very overwhelmed as well, or feeling like, why are people treating me like this when I'm such a good person? Why is this happening when I deserve this? Why is this going on when I deserve that? So, this Five of Cups is also about your perspective and changing your perspective, because fives in tarot represent change, and fives also represent that sense of perspective, like I mentioned. So this person's looking at 3 cups that have fallen over, not acknowledging that there's 2 cups that are standing upright behind them. So it's also about finding the little blessings, finding your guidance, and knowing that not everything is over. Okay, so that's really important. However, when it comes to things like relationships and things, it's very important to know when it's the right time to move forward. Same goes with career, same goes with friendships as well, that people that are maybe not treating you very well or treating you very right. So that's what we've got there. Now let's go with the charms. I'm also going to do letters as well. Tricycle. You've got a little tricycle here as well. Baby steps. All right. Very, very important message. Baby steps. If you are struggling to let go of someone or something, baby steps. Really, that's what it is. Okay, path of least resistance. Do things you naturally feel called to do, not things that you feel very called to do under stress, pressure, or anxiety. If you feel the need that you constantly have to try to do things, it's just not the right way of doing things. So I think that's really important. We've also got here the root chakra crystal as well. Okay, so some of you may want to meditate on your root chakra. That can really help you as well to find that inner stability. You've also got here the angel wing as well. Remember I mentioned, wings and feathers, birds, maybe seeing a lot of them. There you go, sign of protection. You've got the bell here as well. So this can be also like a doorbell. It can also be a notification on your phone as well. Okay, so you might be trying to talk to someone, or you might be constantly checking up social media, wondering if you're going to get a notification if they like your picture, or if somebody wants to talk to you and things like that. I'm just saying that the message here really is about trying to take baby steps, strengthening your own personal energy, and just letting things flow. That's the biggest energy message I can give you. Got a button here. This is like embellishment as well. So your highest good will come to you. Okay, you're not going to get some plain old button. You're going to get a very embellished button, and it's going to look great. Okay, it's going to look really great. We've also got here live in the moment. So I think this is very important as well. Live the moment, enjoy your present moment as well. Right now you're with me, right? Enjoy it. Yeah, what more can I say? You've got here the dog, which is about loyalty. Have loyalty to yourself. I know that it's sometimes you want loyalty with others, but loyalty towards yourself. You've also got the cat here, which by the way, we have in the Queen of Wands card, right? Retrieving the card is a little bit of a challenge. I have to go all the way underneath here. Right, so you got the cat there, cat here. It's about your personality as well, enjoying the things that make you feel good. So do things that make you feel good. We've got here friend forever. That's really interesting. Maybe there's a friend that really wants to reach out to you during this time. You've got two compasses, or these are like navigations, right? Or maybe this is to do with sailing. Anyways, regardless, I feel like there's a compass energy, which is about finding your direction as well. Okay, it's never too late to take the right decision, to move forward in the right way. That's really important. You've also got here as well, blessed. So your angels and your guides are very much so protecting you. You've got the key here as well. Shoe. I think the spirit guides also are, again, talking about baby steps and kind of moving along in a way where you're unlocking things slowly but surely, perhaps not all at once. You might be sitting here and thinking, I just wish this was good and this was good and this was good right now. Oftentimes we don't get things when we really want them. That's the problem. Is it really a problem? I mean, it makes us, sometimes getting what we want eventually can actually give us a lot more happiness and joy as well, because we're like, okay, it didn't work out, but I feel so much happier now that I've actually finally got it. And you learn a lot of lessons as well. So, just keep that in mind as well, but baby steps. And then you've got here the picture frame as well. You might really be missing somebody. But your picture frame could be anything, right? It could be anything that you want to make it be. It's an empty picture frame, which means that some of you might be going through the grief of losing somebody. You might be going through the grief of losing a job or a pet, or just not feeling like yourself right now. The flower here shows that you will bloom and you will grow and you'll get to a much, much better place. So I want you to know that. I know that it's hard. I know that it's really difficult. The times are very difficult right now as well. But you've got here the ring, which shows also commitment towards yourself. Look, I wear rings too. But, that sense of like, have commitment towards yourself, look after yourself, be there for yourself, protect yourself is just very significant and very important. I think that's really the key here. So we've got a D and a J, so DJ. Some of you might be really interested in listening to music or listening to some popular DJs. So you've got a D and a J. Let's just move some of these charms up above. A W S, N. North, south, west. You've got a compass as well. You've got an A, you've got a C. So, you know, you can make words out of this, obviously, that can really help you as well. I'm seeing also can, like C-A-N, so you can do things, you can move forward. And moving forward, you know, you've got directions as well there. You've got an L, you've got a Y, and you've also got a W. And the other thing I was seeing is clay, C-L-A-Y. That's sort of like sometimes staying stuck. You know, the energy gets heavy, it's difficult. So despite obstacles, despite challenges, despite feeling heavy and stuck, you can move forward, is what I'm seeing. It's one of the biggest things I'm seeing. Like, you've got some beautiful blessings coming your way, but go step by step. Try not to rush and accelerate towards the destination. Have more faith than fear. It's going to be okay. I know that it's such a bizarre thing to always hear, like, it's going to be okay. But really, it's important for me to mention that, because that's what I'm seeing here. So that is your reading, group number 1. Now, if this reading resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the description box below also if you haven't already, and do definitely take care as well. Take care. Alright, so now we're going to go to group number 2, and I just need to do a little bit of tidying up, which I like to do. It's quite therapeutic doing it on camera, actually. Let's put these charms back in here, tray back up here, take away the cards. Let's move this to the side. Okay. La 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 la. Ta-da. Alright, so group number 2, this is your reading with me. I hope you are doing well. So we're going to also look into charms and the oracle cards, as well as tarot as well. So we've got a lot of information, as well as a card of the day. So whenever you're watching this is going to be sort of like your card of the day, and we'll see what's happening. So first of all, the universal message is have more faith than fear. You've also chosen group number 2, so I'm just going to put that right here. Let's have a look and see what your oracle cards are saying. So these are messages that you need to hear this right now. So see what you need to hear right now. And you've got little crowns as well on the back of these cards, which is really lovely. Ishtar, boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. Do you know what? This is such an important message, because and you know what I feel really quite a lot of the times is that I don't blame people who sometimes don't have these boundaries. And the reason why is because, you know, from childhood, say for example, you really don't have many boundaries and you let people walk all over you, you may be feeling lonely, you may be codependent, you may have had people telling you in your childhood that you have to say yes to people, or that you have to people please. These are patterns that also occur. There's a lot of people also on this planet where as a child they were told, like, no, if this makes you not feel good, say no, don't spend your time, don't spend your energy, no matter how good those people actually were. You know what I mean? So these are programmings that happen. So I want to say that I actually have a lot of empathy for you with this message, because some of you may not have as strong boundaries, and you may always be accepting that person who just comes in with it whenever they want. You might just be accepting crumbs and hoping for loaves, because perhaps not many people have given you the time of day. And so what I'm trying to say here is that I don't blame you, okay? All I want to say is that it's time now to really work on your boundaries, and to work on perhaps things from your childhood, codependency, shadow work. It's amazing, really is. Because, and also meditating on your sacral chakra really helps this as well. Because what I'm seeing, and what Spirit is also telling me to tell you, is that when you love yourself, things will automatically fall into place. And you might think to yourself, but Moonlight, if I love myself and I don't keep going after that person, they might just leave me. And to that I say, but you're loving yourself. you're taking care of yourself. And when you do that, the universe is going to reward you much higher. So if you're holding on to something or someone or a job, and it's really, and to be honest, jobs are a little bit more difficult because we need financial stability, and, times can be tough, and, things like that. But when we're talking more so about people and friendships, right? Relationships, when there's lots of fish in the sea, okay? But when we're talking about that, it really is very, very important to say no to others' demands on your energy and time, especially when they're not treating you well, okay? You need to have those boundaries, because those boundaries will determine what you allow and what you don't. Don't settle, okay? Do not settle. You must have those boundaries so that you also know what you are deserving and worthy of, okay? You got that crown. Remember I mentioned the crown. You must have that crown on, okay? If someone you really like comes and says, oh, I don't really like a king or a queen, are you going to take your crown off just to please them? I hope not. I hope not, because you deserve someone who is an equal. Just saying, okay? Boundaries, gotta enforce them. Can't let, people continuously treat you terribly when you're going above and beyond for them. And also, sometimes when you feel like saying no, you can say no. And if someone gets really passive aggressive, or they give you the silent treatment, or they threaten to leave you just because you say no, well, that's also a sign from the universe telling you that maybe this is not the right thing for you. So then that's important as well. Sarah, it says fertility. It is the perfect time for you to start new projects, access new ideas, and give birth to new conditions. Now, for some of you, it quite literally could be a child, okay, or wanting to start a family. But as as we see here as well, it's such a beautiful. God, this colour is so beautiful against my very dull background. But this is why I like my background, because then the colours really do pop. So basically, it's saying that this is such a good time to start new ventures, to start a new path, a new avenue, okay? If you want to, for example, move forward from situations that are not serving you, find things that make you feel really happy, overjoyed, bring the life back into you again. It's such a good time to start that. And also, at the same time as well, new ideas, and essentially just feeling good, being creative as well can be a great, you might be also thinking about, I might start a new business. It's a great time to do that. So, it's like taking a rebirth essentially as well within yourself, and your own energy. And you've also got here Kuan Yin. Oh, I actually have these cards as well, which I might use in a reading soon. But it says here, compassion. Release judgments about yourself and others and focus on the love and light that is within everyone. Okay, so have compassion. Sometimes people that treat you not very well, I mean, I'm not telling you that you have to have compassion towards them, but I think forgiveness helps you to set that energy free. So say, for example, people don't treat you very well. Forgiveness allows you to take care of you. Forgiveness allows to not validate everything that they said or did, but to set yourself free so that you can just move forward and have a lot of happiness and have a lot of joy, and not be so overly worried. So compassion, fertility, and boundaries, okay? Take care of you, find the love and light within yourself first, and also, within others as well. If someone treats you horribly, just realize that, maybe there's something in their childhood that made them act that particular way. You don't have to necessarily always have compassion for these people, but having anger is sometimes like holding onto poison and hoping that the other person is going to, suffer from drinking that poison and that anger that you're holding onto. It makes you suffer. The other person doesn't really care half the time because they don't even realize their mistake. So what's really important is trying not to hold on to your, suffering that other people cause you. Instead, have compassion. Try and dissolve it with love and light. That's the best thing, because there are things that I even think about where I'm like, sorry, oh my God, that notification scared me. My phone is like halfway across the room. Anyways, there are, some things I think about as well from my past, job, for example, and how horrible my bosses were to me. But when I think of that moment, it's causing me that reflection and suffering. It's never going to cause my bosses that reflection and suffering. Do you know what I mean? And that happened years ago. So when you think about those things, it's really important to dissolve it with compassion, which is what I do now. Because what I do now is I think, you know what, I had so much more faith to leave that particular job. And I didn't stay in it because of fear. And look what happened, right? I'm talking to you guys from my own experience, and we have this beautiful setup. I'm so grateful for my career. I'm so grateful that I can speak to so many of you and impart some of this wisdom that I also had to deal with. So that was me having a boundary. I said no to that particular job, and I really wasn't getting any other jobs, to be honest. And then, magically another job after that did appear in that particular field. And then, later on, I was like, you know what, this is just not working out for me. I need to have more faith. Came back home, and, after a year, started to properly do tarot. Obviously, I needed to learn and really get myself together, and then I started to post videos after a year. Obviously, I've been doing this for a while now, but this here is really showing that when you have boundaries, you can't be afraid to lose, because you're not really losing, right? You're inviting something so much better, and by having compassion towards those people that treated you wrongly, you're not actually suffering. You're not suffering at all. Isn't that the beautiful thing? Because when you hold on to it, you suffer. When you let go of it, you're not allowing yourself to suffer anymore. That's why forgiveness, acceptance, and compassion is very important. I hope that it sort of helped, because I know that people say, oh, just forgive the person, and you would then think like, oh, I can't forgive that person. So I hope that me explaining my way of how things also happened allows you to also see that in your situation. I think it's something that really needs to be heard right now. There you go, lovers. Yeah, see, have compassion. And sometimes keep your distance as well if you need to. The lovers is also about what's coming in your life is going to be for your highest good. So if you're afraid and you're thinking, you know what, this relationship doesn't really make me happy, but I feel like I need to stay in it because someone else is not going to love me. That's fear, not love. That's not faith, that is fear. So know that what's coming towards you is going to be for your highest good. For those of you staying in career situations, I can understand, from a financial perspective, if you're staying in it for the time being, but have faith that something better will come along, okay? Something that's for your highest good, that gives you what you equally desire. Have faith, okay? You got an angel right at the top of that card. It's showing you to have faith, have faith. You got the Queen of Pentacles, know your worth, keep that crown on your head. All right, keep that crown on your head. Comment down below. I'm going to keep that crown on my head. That crown is on my head and it's never going to come off. Just because someone says, oh, I don't want a king or a queen, and you're like, but I really like you. Okay, I'll take my crown. No, don't take that crown off. No. You know the amount of people that come to me and they dull down their shine just because they want someone or they want something? I'm like, what? Okay? Do not be impatient, okay? Be patient that what's for your highest good will come to you. Tarot didn't just come to me like this. My channel didn't just build up like this. It took so much time, effort, energy, and patience. And, that's the thing as well. And also with relationships as well. You've got to be really, really understanding of your needs and your boundaries as well. And how you're being treated, not just because, oh, I really like that person. Yeah, but what are they doing for you? It's also very important to ask yourself. Things have to be balanced and mutual, okay? You've chosen group number 2. 2 is about being mutual, being balanced. It has to be that way. And if it's not, you have to reevaluate, reconsider, understand what, why, how, what can I do that can be better. That's really important. Also, Knight of Wands, okay? Creativity. Very, very important. Stay creative. Actually, you know what? All of these cards represent what the oracle cards are showing, because the lovers here really is about, your boundaries and your knowing that, what's coming for you is for your highest good. And then the Queen of Pentacles is like that crown that we saw in the back of the oracle cards, and also about your self-worth, your own personal value as well. Making sure you take care of yourself, stand up for yourself, sit in your own power. Don't take away your power. and dull your shine. Then the Knight of Wands here is very much so about fertility, creativity, can also be about intimacy and starting a family as well. Can be a great time to do so, but also it's about taking rebirth within yourself, finding yourself, feeling excited about yourself. You can always start to choose to start your life over again, okay, after a very difficult period of time, and be like, you know what, today's a fresh day, this is a fresh start, whatever happened, it happened, but I've still got life to live, you know, and that's really important here. Stay excited about the things that can still come your way. Chariot here with compassion is very important. Chariot is ruled by Cancer, and this energy is a very like mother, nurturing, kind, caring energy, which is also about being able to move forward without resistance, having compassion towards yourself as well and others, and not suffering anymore, okay? Sometimes things are black and white, sometimes they're not, but it's okay, okay? The Sphinx will take you to where you need to be, and that's really important. Okay, so let's have a look and see what your tarot card of the day is as well. So today, whenever you're watching this, by the way, right, let's see. I guess this is also like a tarot card of this reading, you know, that really sums things up for you as well. Yeah, star card, healing, releasing, letting your stars naturally align. Try not to force your stars to align, you know, because that's causing resistance. This is really about taking care of yourself, moving on from situations that perhaps do not serve you, letting things naturally flow and occur, being strong. Remember that a river is very, very strong. Okay, the water in a river is very, very strong, because even if the water in a river, you know, comes across a rock, it will go around it. It doesn't just stop. It goes around it, and sometimes it will also erode the rock itself. So be strong. Go with the flow. Live life without resistance. That's what I would say. And also let the stars naturally occur, and just know that you have so much self-worth and self-confidence, that you've got a lot going for you. That's really important with this star card. Taking care of yourself, looking after yourself, putting yourself first. Very important. And healing, okay? Healing from certain situations that maybe you're just like, oh, Moonlight, it was not good. Well, then you got to heal, right? Very important. Very, very important. It's something you really need to hear right now for sure. And also this is about rebirth and rejuvenation as well, which is pretty much everything we talked about, and compassion. This card sums everything up, really, really does. Okay, so let's go to the charms and the letters. I'm just going to get the letters out first. Oh my gosh, we've got so many. Cool. Might be able to sort of spell a lot of interesting words, so, you know, let me know how the words also resonate. The first thing actually I'm seeing is come, which is C-O. Don't get, you know, let's not get rude in this particular reading, but C-O-M-E, like someone, you know, this is about someone coming to you. Also, there you go, got the spelling as well. This is about you sort of going towards the right things and letting things also come to you, not always going towards and having this resistance as well. You've got another C here, double C's, you've got a J and a Y and an L and an R and a Z or a Z, X, Q. Q can also be like that queen energy, right? Got an E, got a lot of E's here, and an I. Okay, so that could make sense to some of you in terms of the messages. So maybe it spells out a certain name, maybe it spells out a certain situation, something, you know, maybe. Could also be initials. Also got here yell as well. Oh no, we haven't. Never mind, that's an I. I'm also really seeing here as well. Well, never mind. Don't worry. You know, I feel like I'm seeing words, but then they're not actually, the full word isn't even coming together, which is so bizarre. This has never happened to me before, which is why I'm just like, huh? You know, some of you might be looking at things and thinking like, oh, it's going to come together. And then you might think of the situation and be like, huh? It didn't actually come together the way I was thinking. Like, this person isn't actually what I imagined. This job isn't what I imagined. So some of you might be sort of judging things or looking at things and then, you know, making decisions and then being like, huh? It didn't really go the way I expected it to go. That's so bizarre. That's interesting. Okay, let's see what's coming through with your charms. You've got the root chakra crystal. Meditate on your root chakra. It's to do with your stability. I think that's really important right now to do. Also, you've got here the turquoise heart crystal, which is also about healing, releasing, letting go. You've got sort of like a similar vibe there with the star card as well, taking care of yourself, putting yourself first. It's also about solitude, peace, and looking after you. You've got here the crown. Remember what I said about the crown very early on, never take it off. You have this crown, okay? We talked about the crown in the oracle cards, in the tarot cards, and also in the charm. It's not a coincidence. You must understand your power. You have power. If someone is belittling you and making you feel like you don't have power, oh, you have power. Trust me, I'm telling you. Okay, you have power. You must believe it as well. You've got the dog here of loyalty, be loyal to yourself. Very similar reading actually to group number 1, because they also got a lot to do with like power, self-esteem, self-confidence. Also, they got the root chakra, they got a root chakra crystal as well. So if you guys have time, please check out the group number 1 reading. I think it could give you more information, you know. It's really strange. They're like, the readings sometimes they overlap. You've also got here the Imagine card as well. Imagine the possibilities. Don't limit yourself to one person or one thing or one situation. It's not really what life is. A lot more can come your way. And take care of you. Just so important as well, isn't it, to mention, like, take care of you. Relax, go with the flow, enjoy life. Put on your sunglasses for you. You don't have to do it for someone else, right? Sometimes the leaves have to fall off a tree and new leaves will grow. And, you know, when you get to that sort of time of the year as well, where it's autumn or fall, they just naturally change colour. You know, they change. Things change. And sometimes things don't just stay stuck in the place that they are, you know. So that's also very important to mention. But it's a part of life. It's a part of the journey, which is really important as well. Also, you've got a horse here as well. By the way, some of you might be seeing horses quite a lot from time to time. This is also that energy of like the night, right? That things will come towards you, you know, as we see here with the word. It will happen, it will come. Be patient, I would say. You've also got here as well, ooh, look, this is like a spatula, right? Of like scooping things up, moving, transporting, and even cooking, making things, right? So again, that creative energy is very much so present as well. Makes me want to bake a cake or something. You've also got the key here as well. You hold the key, okay? You hold the power. Don't tell me that somebody else holds the power to you or holds power over you. No, okay? Dictatorship is not really something we have in majority of the countries that watch my videos, okay? So, for you to say, for example, that no, but this guy has like power over me. Oh, no. That person's not a dictator, okay? They don't have power over your life at all. You have the power over you. So that's really important. You know, in so many countries, people don't want to be under the influence of a dictator, for example, and they would do anything, you know, and it really is very harsh on their lives. So don't put yourself in that situation either. Have those boundaries to overcome that energy, you know, because you do have a beautiful life. And I think sometimes, you know, even thinking about something like that, for example, you know, like dictatorship and stuff like that, it's just really, really important to know that you do have power, you do have control, and it's something that people always want, you know, in other places and other countries and situations. You are very lucky, and I want to tell you that you are lucky. Even if you're going through a hard time, you have the power to shape and shift life how you want it to be, but also for your highest good. And sometimes the things that you feel are for your highest good are actually not for your highest good. So it's just something to keep in mind, all right? So that's what I'm seeing there. Let things naturally happen. So group number 2, this is your reading. If this resonates with you, let me know in the comment section below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And check out the description box below for more information. Everything is very much so there. And yeah, take care. Okay, so I'm just going to move the letters out. Okay. Right, so let's take this away. Let's take this away. Let's take these away. All right, so group number 3, this is your reading with me. Hello group number 3, how are you doing? So you have chosen this deck, and it's actually got rings on it as well, and little wings and patterns, actually geometric patterns. Oh, I'm starting to see a lot more. You know when you look at something and you're like, actually it's got this and it's got this, oh, and actually it's got this as well. So that's really drawing me in there. And you've also chosen pile number 3. So let's see what's coming through. I'm going to do a charm reading. We're going to get tarot cards out, and I'm also going to look into your oracle cards as well. These are things that you need to hear right now. So let's see. Okay. What do you need to hear right now? Group number 3. Diana, focused intention. Think about what you desire. Set your sights high. Expect the best possible outcome. Expect the best possible outcome. Okay, so this is about focused intention. Okay, you know, what's really interesting is that this group is so different, I feel already, in terms of energy from the other 2 groups. It's so different. This is about really setting your sights high and having faith, okay? Having more faith than fear, and recognizing that whatever happens is really going to happen for your highest good. Do the best, expect the best, and see it manifest. That's what I would say. All right, so think about what you want. Set the desire, set the outcome, and expect it. That's literally what we're seeing here. All right, if you have a bow and an arrow and a target, you know where you want to hit, or you know where you want to aim, go for it. That's literally what it's saying here, is go for whatever it is that you're thinking about. You might be thinking, oh, I really want to take a chance on this relationship, I want to take a chance on this person, I want to take a chance on this hobby, I want to take a chance and build this business, or I want to apply for that, thing very spontaneously. Go for it. It's literally because your intuition is telling you something. So, go for it. That's all. Let's see what else is coming through. You've got here Archangel Michael. Oh, hello. It's been a while since I've seen Archangel Michael come out in these cards. So we've got here trusting heaven. You are safe. Angels stand close. Surrender your concerns and allow a miracle to happen. There's something big I feel that's going to happen in your life. Something really beautiful. Something very miraculous, actually. So praying to your angels and your guides can really help. Trusting in them. And you know what's really beautiful as well here is that you are safe. You really are safe. Very, very safe. You are safe. And yeah, surrender, surrender to them as well. You've got a lot of purple here as well. That really does represent amethyst, lavender. Those particular things can actually help to sort of calm you down and just make you feel a bit more relaxed as well. But basically, trust, have faith that things are going to be okay. That your support system is made up of some wonderful angels and spirit guides for sure. And they're trying to help you get to your desired outcome. Surrender your concerns, okay? So sometimes when you have concerns, it can also be out of fear. So try to have more faith than fear. Surrender your concerns, and basically it will make sure that what you really want will come to you. Set your sights, go for it. You got El Moria, and it says here, awakening presence. The universe is with you. Wear a cloak of protection and love. So part of that protection could also very much so be amethyst. For example, carrying amethyst with you. Wearing purple can also be a sign of protection as well. So what I would say is purple seems to be quite a strong colour for you, and maybe wearing more purple or incorporating purple into things that you're doing can be really great. That's all I want to say. There's something quite strong about that, and there's something that's really awakening in you here as well. Like, protect yourself. Sorry, my stomach is also rumbling. Maybe you also choose to eat more purple foods like eggplants or grapes, or what else is purple, like plums. Plums are kind of purple, right? That can actually really be very, very good for you in many ways as well. It can be quite strong. That's That's really what I want to say. You've got here Commander Ashta, so it says call to action, take charge, lead by example, walk your talk. Walk your talk, walk your talk. That's it. I don't know what else to say except for the fact that the spirit guides here are literally saying if you want to do something, go do it. Take care of yourself, protect yourself, look after yourself, and set your sights on what you want to do and do it. Have no fear about it, and if you do, surrender it to your angels and your guides, but do what you want to do. That literally is your message. I cannot, this is so funny because, you know, sometimes, you know, messages are like really deep and very profound, and this one here is very deep and profound, but in a way where it's just like, you know what, guys, if you want to do something, go for it. Okay, so let's see what tarot is wanting to showcase. We've got the Four of Cups, got the Five of Wands, Hierophant, Two of Wands. Okay, so the Four of Cups here really shows this sense of do what you want, not what other people are always like pressuring you or forcing you to do. I think that's very important, especially with this Four of Cups. Now, the Four of Cups also is a really strong energy of being quite mindful and also not necessarily forcing yourself to like do certain things that maybe you feel are forced. This is about naturally doing things that you feel good about. Say, for example, right, this is more so about those of you perhaps in relationships where you feel like you always have to like go towards this person, or you want to make things work but they're rejecting you. Well, then things are not 100% natural, right? There's a bit of an obstacle amidst it. So in those kinds of situations, you really have to take care of yourself and really know what it is that you want, right? So the Four of Cups here is really about trying to do things without being so tense. Do things with a little bit more ease, right? And if it doesn't feel easy, well then maybe it's not really the right thing, but you have to make that decision for yourself as well and protect yourself. The Five of Wands here also is about trying to remove those obstacles. This really reminds me of people that are trying to put up a tent and they're just like, I don't know which piece is where, like they're just all so confused. So sometimes you may feel like that, where you're like, I want to do this, but I'm not sure if I should do it. I want to go towards this person, but I'm not sure if it's the right thing to do, or if I'm, you know, even if I'm being remotely aware. What I would say is if you want to do something, do it, okay? But also take care of yourself as well. Protect yourself, right? You want to make sure that you protect yourself, because when you set your sights very, very high and you expect the best possible outcome, you're getting attached a little bit to the outcome, okay? And what's really important is that the outcome won't hurt you necessarily unless you're not protecting yourself. So that's really important as well. Protect yourself before getting into whatever it is that you want to get into. That's what I would say. But the Hierophant here is, you know, wanting the best for yourself and wanting that stability, which will come for you. All right. So the Hierophant here is about going towards your goals and your dreams, doing what is necessary for you, but also knowing what you want. Okay. The Hierophant doesn't just do things without not knowing. The Hierophant doesn't preach without not knowing that that's what they want to do and that's what makes them feel good, right? So that's what's really important here, is that you do what you need to do with your heart and with wholeness, and also making the best decision for yourself, because the Two of Wands is about options and choices. You know, you're definitely not limited. So if one thing fails, you will have another door open. And I think that's really important here, is that set your sights high, go for it. If it doesn't work out, something better will come your way anyways. That's what it's showcasing. All right, so let's have a look and see what the tarot card of the day is, okay, for you, whatever day it is for you. And also, this is like the sort of tarot card of the reading as well. Let's see, you've got the Lovers. Okay, so a lot of you here have been thinking about love, like, should I just go for it? Should I just move on? Should I just do this? Should I just do that? Do what is, in my opinion, the less resistant thing. Okay, if you feel like you have so much anxiety talking to a person or trying to make things work with them, and you're constantly worrying, like, oh, should I message them this? Should I message them that? Should I say this? Should I say that? What should I say? Then it's causing you a lot of resistance. It's causing you stress. It's causing you fear. Can't operate from a place like that. Go towards the place that gives you most faith. And just know that what's coming your way is for your highest good. There's not just one person out there for each person. There's more than one person that we can actually be with in our lifetimes. So always know that what's coming for you is always going to be for your highest good. And this includes career and friendships as well. Okay? oh, it's coming. Your highest good is definitely coming towards you, but you must believe in it and you must lift up your highest vibrational energy to faith over fear. And also with Diana, right, that focused intention card, set your sights very, very high. And just know that for whatever for whatever reason, if the arrow doesn't really hit the right target, you have another chance. You have more arrows in this life. You have a lifetime of arrows to shoot. Crying over the fact that the arrow didn't hit the right target is not going to change much, right? But you have the opportunity to use that arrow and to make another shot. You always will, especially in this lifetime. Okay, just because something did not end up the way you want it to be doesn't mean that that's the end of it all, right? So that's really important to note as well. So let's go to your charms and letters. Okay, so you've got here an E. Now this could spell out words, it could also be initials as well. You've got an E and a V and an R and a W and an I and a Y, an I and a Y and a K and an E. Wire is all I'm seeing there, but again, this could be initials as well. All right, so let's have a look into the charms. You can see my little dotty sweater. So, oh, you haven't really got many charms here, to be honest, but you have got here a wooden spoon. You haven't got many charms, but you've got here this wooden spoon, which I think is also interesting. This is about not getting burnt. You know what I mean? How do I explain this? This is honestly, this reading and me explaining it is, some of you are going to be like, wow, Moonlight, today your explanations have been, not really what we've been expecting, but so when you have like a saucepan and you use a metal, for example, and metal conducts heat, so you get burnt sometimes, or it's really just very, very hot. Well, this wooden one, obviously, I can't believe I'm even explaining this, it would stop that from happening. And so what I see here is that sometimes you have the choice, right, to switch out your utensils and switch out the things that you have got going on in your life that could burn you every single time, right? So if you're dealing with someone who just upsets you every single time you talk to them, or annoys you every time you talk to them, frustrates you every time you talk to them, or just doesn't give you the chance that you need, you can switch out that person and have something that does not burn you anymore, that does not hurt you anymore, right? If something is hurting you, are you going to continue to use it? No, right? Same thing goes with certain situations and relationships. If it continues to hurt you, there comes a time where you go, oh no, I can't keep putting my hand on that painful utensil, right? It's so significant. If a knife is not doing its job, you either sharpen it or you get a new one, right? That's really quite important. Why keep going at it, going at something with a blunt one that's not even doing the job properly? So I think that's really important here as well, is to take matters into your own hands and to really, that's what certain things are for. Anyways, you've also, oh wow, 3 out of 3. All 3 readings had the root chakra crystal, all 3 of them. All 3 of them. Group 1 had a different variation of it, but that's amazing. Root chakra crystal has showed up in 3 out of 3 of the readings, and this here is about meditating on your root chakra, taking care of yourself, knowing that stability and security will come your way, but only if you allow it. Okay, if you keep allowing things that hurt you into your life, then that's you telling the universe that, oh, it's fine, I'll just keep going around in this cycle, I don't mind getting hurt, it's just the way it is, I like it, da-da-da. Also butterfly, which is all about transformation and change and peace as well. So you're transforming, you're coming out of things and you're becoming so much stronger. You've also got the world here as well. This is about perspective. This is also about potentially traveling as well. Obviously, when I'm filming this video, travel is a little bit of I wouldn't say it's completely restricted at this very point in time, but I'm in a bit of a lockdown right now and we're not really allowed to travel unless it's for work reasons or exceptional circumstances. But I know other countries, they're allowing travel and things like that, but basically what I'm just trying to say is that I do see a lot of traveling here for you, and I see a lot of perspective. And in all honesty, whenever you're watching this, could mean something. It can also mean like sort of distance as well and things like that. And you've also got a feather as well. So this shows that you are protected by your angels and your spirit guides. They're there to help you, they're there to protect you, and they're there for you. So these are things that you really needed to hear right now. You know, threes also indicate lessons as well. You will grow out of this. You'll come out so much stronger, so much wiser. And, you know, that's just really what I want to say as well. So this is your reading, group number 3. If this reading helped you, resonated with you, let me know. You know, sometimes we just got to go for things, and whatever happens, it's okay. You know, that's the thing. So this is your reading. Take care, stay safe. Really hope it helped you, and definitely do take care of yourself as well. And that is pretty much that, all right? Everything's in the description box below for your convenience, private paid readings, free reading giveaway, etc. So definitely do take care. Bye!